Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the current generation for the BMW M5 Competition. This model is finished off in white and it had a starting MSRP right around $105,000. We have a very performance-oriented family style sedan that offers both practicality and the performance. So let's take a look at what's underneath the hood. This is powered by the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. It is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and this pumps out a whopping 600 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. Sent through that X-Drive all-wheel drive system, it will propel this 4,300 pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Top speed is 163 miles an hour. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, this model has a lot of gloss black accents. It's on the entire kidney grille, which also has a forward-facing camera, M5 comp badge, and plenty of cutouts to provide cooling to that V8. Now, there's also parking sensors down below with more gloss black accents, sensor right in the middle for the adaptive cruise, and then this has LED headlights, DRLs, turn signals are the outer section there, and it's a very nice thin housing to match the corners of that grille. There's also some lines that come down the hood and some great lines in the lower bumper there just to give it that added look. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in gloss black. There's also the M Sport brakes finished off in blue. This has power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal, and being the competition model, it has the full carbon fiber roof. There's also gloss black for the window trim, and then some nice lines that run down the side just to give it a great sedan style. Now in back, there's the gloss black spoiler along with the backup camera, LED taillights, all of the parking sensors. There's gloss black for the lower diffuser. This model also has carbon fiber for the exhaust surrounds there for the exhaust tips. And this does have remote start. So let's take a listen to that V8. And then you can also triple tap that lock button to shut this off as needed. You can use the key fob or the button up underneath to open up the power trunk, where this has a good bit of storage. This is a practical vehicle. You can fit in a lot of items. There's battery access and a net on one side, storage bin on the other. Nothing underneath the floor, but you can fold down these back seats to give yourself that much more interior space. And then you can also close the trunk. The one on the right will actually lock the vehicle too, just like it did. Now, this does have the proximity sensors, so you can unlock it from the back door handle. Now in the back, this has sunshades for both of these windows. There's carbon fiber, interior lighting. This has the Bowers & Wilkins audio, and then there's storage in the lower section. Now the M logo is also an illuminating badge, and then this has the solid black leather interior. At 5'10", feels very spacious. There's a storage pocket behind both front seats. These are even heated seats, and we have all the climate adjustments as well as auxiliaries to keep you nice and comfortable and accommodative. Now in the middle, there's the armrest with 2 cup holders, and then you can also fold down this middle seat individually. So if you need a little bit more space, you can do that. There's also the rear sunshade, which is currently up at the moment, and Alcantara for the entire headliner. Now, as we work our way to the front door panel, it's just like the rear. However, there is the addition of the massaging seats, memory seating controls, trunk release, side mirror adjustments, all of the window controls, and then everything else is identical to the rear. This has M5 comp now down on the door sill, and then very nice automatic front seats. And it's a low car, so it's easy to get in. Now let's start this back up, where we are greeted with the solid Alcantara steering wheel. It is heated. There's a blue stripe up top, red stitching throughout. Cruise and adaptive cruise control settings on the left. Right side, there's volume and tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands, as well as shortcuts to your audio. There's M1 and M2, which is how you can adjust the drive modes. These are shortcuts, and then paddle shifters are just behind that. Now for the digital gauge cluster, you can go through info on that right side. Everything else is fixed, but you can pull up some information just to go through this. So it's nice to have. And then once you are done with all of that, You can move on to the left side here, where there's a little bit of storage down below. All the headlight adjustments, more lighting and carbon fiber. This even has a head-up display. Now you can adjust the head-up display by pushing on M mode. That is also going to change the digital gauge cluster. So now we have a more sport performance-oriented gauge cluster setup, as well as for the head-up display, which shows the TAC in a larger view. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, for your home screen, you have a few different icons that you can have, and you can adjust these as needed depending on what you would like to see. There's also shortcuts on this left side, so you can pull up all of this information, and car has a lot more. Now I'm going to use the rotary dial and the shortcuts down below to further go through this information. You can get into your sport display, so you can pull that up if you're doing some spirited driving. And then M menu is how you can go through M1 and M2. So this is how you can get all those shortcuts ready to go depending on your driving style. Now there's also some vehicle stats to monitor, various different settings that you can go into to configure this as needed. And then you have your driver profiles, owner's manual too, and you can even get into Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now you can also use the controls down below to further go through everything, so it makes it very helpful to use. There's also a shortcut to the intelligent safety, so you can go through the tech features available and set them up as needed. More carbon fiber, there's 2 air vents in the middle, and then there's power and volume with all of your presets and tuning, and then another LCD screen for your temperatures, as well as your heated and ventilated seats. You can also get into the menu to further control everything, and there's the temperature dials on both sides, as well as your recircs and where you would like the air to go. At the very bottom, there's wireless charging with cup holders. You can hide all of that with the carbon fiber lid. And then with the shifter, let's put it into reverse, where there's the backup camera along with the 360 view. So you have no shortage of visibility looking around the entire vehicle, which is very helpful. There's also drive. You do that one more time, you can shift using this or the paddle shifters themselves. Park is located on the back, and you can even adjust how slow or quickly you want the transmission to shift. Now there's traction control along with your setup. So you go under setup, and you can pull up some more information for the driving modes. There's M mode, exhaust note, parking sensors, and a shortcut to the camera system, and then auto hold and the e-brake. A little bit of storage in the center armrest there, as well as in the glove box, and then up top you just have the dome lights. And then a look at visibility over both shoulders. Pillars are pretty thin, so it's easy to see over both shoulders. And I did forget to point out, we even have some bolstering support around your shoulders here. So they're really going to hold you well in these seats. And from second gear, here we go. You can just hear those turbos spooling, and the shifts are very quick. So I love just how this drives, the power that it has. It has so much more potential, of course, than what I'm throwing at it today. But just the sound that this V8 makes, it definitely has a good grunt to it. But so this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the BMW M5 Competition. This is what the previous BMW technology has been for quite some time. So only for 2024 have some of the models started to integrate the newer curved screen, which is probably something that we will see for the next model year for this M5. But if you are a fan of this style, this should be the last year to get the M5 with this configuration. I think it still looks great. My BMW has this setup here, a little bit different shifter, of course, but I like this interior. And again, for the mileage, it looks very, very nice. So let's give it another acceleration. And we're up to speed. This is such a fun family style sedan. If you need some more, or you want a performance-oriented vehicle, but you have kids, you need room, this is a good option to go with. It's bigger than the BMW M3 Competition or the M3. So if you need just a little bit more, this is the one to go with. And I really don't have any issues with this. Like I said, I've been in the M3 several times. I drive those a lot. Honestly, I would probably go with a manual M3. You cannot get a manual option for the M5, so if that's something that you'd like, you just have to go with the M3. For this M5 though, you get a lot more power from the factory. So if you just want that performance, that power, you can't go wrong with the M5. But hopefully we will all be excited for the brand new BMW M5 Competition that is coming soon, as well as the variant for the station wagon. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Check out 704 Exotics. Their website will be down in the description below. And make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.